like to welcome back Justice James Hardesty, now to swear in Lieutenant Governor-elect Kate Marshall, Secretary of State Barbara Sagaski, Attorney General-elect Aaron Ford. We got a lot of family here. Treasurer-elect Zach Conine. Some friends call him Zach Conine, I hear. State Controller-elect Catherine Byrne. It's time for their official oath of office.
There you go. Okay. Please raise your right hand. Say aye and your name.
I, Kate Marshall.
I, Barbara Sagaski.
I, Aaron Ford.
I, Zach Conine.
I, Catherine Bryne.
Do solemnly swear or affirm
Do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support, protect, and defend
that I will support, protect, and defend
the Constitution and government of the United States
the Constitution and government of the United States
and the Constitution and government of the state of Nevada
and the Constitution and government of the state of Nevada
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
whether domestic or foreign,
whether domestic or foreign,
and that I will bear true faith,
that I bear true faith,
allegiance, and loyalty to the same.
allegiance, and loyalty to the same.
Any ordinance, resolution, or law
Any ordinance, resolution, or law
of any state
of any state,
notwithstanding,
notwithstanding,
and that I will well and faithfully perform
that I will well and faithfully perform
all the duties of the office of
all the duties of the office of
The Lieutenant Governor.
Secretary of State,
Attorney General.
Treasurer.
State Controller.
on which I'm about to enter.
on which I am about to enter.
So help me God, or my affirmation under the pains of penalty of perjury.
So help me God.
All right, congratulations.
Good job. All right, one more big round of applause. One thing I also love and admire about Governor-elect Steve Sisolak is his love for the arts. You'll see in your program today that Clark County Poet Laureate Vogue Robinson was supposed to be scheduled to deliver our poem, but unfortunately, due to a family emergency, she could not be with us. So our thoughts and prayers are with you today, Vogue. Luckily, we come from a state with immense talent, so I'd like to welcome up Poet Laureate from the great city of Reno, Lindsay Wilson, to the stage.
I don't have it memorized, I'm sorry. Thank you. Letter for our New Year's resolution. Dear Nevada, dear white as snow, dear battle scar, dear petroglyphs, dear bounty of agave hearts. Thank you for the new snow's crisp blank page and the snowshoe hare's lucky prints scattered along the new day's margins. Thank you for the wind drifting north to south across the great yawn of Nevada's middle, which is not empty or nowhere, but as we choose to call it, beautiful basin. Praise choice. Praise sagebrush and cloud shadow. Praise the day's windswept face, staring intently at the horizon, where we watch the storm passing and the rainbow shimmering from the calm edge. Praise Paiute and Basque, Spanish and English, black and white. Praise rain dance. We thank you for the season's heavy pack of snow and rivers rising like children from last year's dark slumber, asking about the rumors of our demise. Praise children. Praise their cool, clear sky of thought. Praise those of us who tell them, be good, clean your room, study hard. Praise science class and art. Praise the young at their first job, their back's strong industry. Praise everything we demand of them so that we remember to proudly demand it of ourselves. Praise words and the people who actually choose to live by them. It is us, right, who teach our children the words for love. Teach them to be thankful for today's brisk hope, thankful for the new year's clean page, as we write that this year's resolution is to be the people we teach our children to become. Thank you.
Good morning, Nevada. Today is a special day for many of us, but it's a remarkable day for me. I was born in a small indigenous community in Mexico and came to Nevada when I was just 5 years old. Nevada welcomed me and gave me the greatest opportunity, the chance to give back and work for the state that I care so deeply about. This past election marked the first time that I was able to vote in a general election after becoming a U.S. citizen. Thank you. And I was also proud to support and work for a man who I knew would work for me every day as governor. Thank you, Steve, for everything you've done for me, and thank you for everything you'll do for our great state. Gracias por lo que has hecho por mí y gracias por todo lo que usted va a hacer por nuestro estado. It is my distinct honor to welcome Justice James Hardesty to administer the oath of office for our next governor, Steve Sisolak.
Official time of sign-in is
Say, I state my name.
I, Steve Sisolak,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support, protect, and defend
that I will support, protect, and defend
the Constitution and government of the United States
the Constitution and government of the United States
and the Constitution and government of the state of Nevada
and the Constitution and government of the state of Nevada
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
whether domestic or foreign,
whether domestic or foreign,
and that I will bear true faith,
and that I will bear true faith,
allegiance, and loyalty to the same,
allegiance, and loyalty to the same,
any ordinance, resolution, or law
any ordinance, resolution, or law
of any state notwithstanding,
of any state notwithstanding,
and that I will well and faithfully perform
and that I will well and faithfully perform
all the duties
all the duties
of the office of governor
of the office of governor
on which I'm about to enter.
on which I am about to enter. So help me God. Thank you. I don't know who's going to shed more tears, my mom or me today, I guess. So it's a real honor to be here. And Governor, thank you for being here with us and joining us today. Good afternoon, Nevada. It's a real thrill to be here this afternoon. Justices of the Supreme Court, members of our congressional delegation, former governors, first ladies, and members of the 80th legislature, reverend clergy, honored guests, family and friends, and those who could not make it up here with us today, including Senator Reid, who is home. With all my heart, I say thank you. I can't begin to name all the friends and family we have in the audience, and I'd have you here till 4 o'clock, so I'm going to skip that and move on. To Governor Sandoval, I want to extend my gratitude for your extraordinary service. Thank you for prioritizing our kids' education and our families' health, and for always putting people above partisanship. As governor, I pledge to follow the example you've set, to find common ground, reach consensus, make a difference in people's lives, and keep the state moving forward. To all Nevadans, no matter who you voted for or where you live, it's the honor of a lifetime to serve as your governor. Like so many of you, I set foot on these desert lands as a young man, a lot younger than I am today, and I had a lot more dark hair. Holes in my pocket, hungry for opportunity and adventure, I got all that and so much more. I found community, wisdom, and all the support a single dad raising 2 daughters could ask for. To Ashley and Carly, what a privilege it's been to be your father. You are kind, compassionate, hell-raisers of the highest order, and may earn a few gray hairs along the way. Thankfully, powerful women are something of a fixture in my life. I'm joined today by my soulmate, and my beautiful wife, Kathy. Thank you, sweetheart. And I'm starting this new chapter as your governor in good company, along the first female majority state legislature in American history. I would be remiss not to acknowledge the other historic milestones we've reached recently in Nevada. Today, Aaron Ford became the first African-American constitutional officer in Nevada's history. And Kate Marshall became the first Latino lieutenant governor. Thank you, Kate. The truth is, people of the Silver State have always blazed new trails, seeking potential where others saw a great big basin of rock, mountains, and tumbleweed. It's that spirit that drew me here 40 years ago. And to be honest, I wanted out of those Wisconsin winters, but we got up here 2 days ago and we're welcomed by 3 inches of snow. So we thoroughly enjoyed that. So I paid my way through business school at UNLV by weighing quarters at a local casino. The job worked with my school schedule, the pay was enough for me to get by, and the free buffet certainly didn't hurt. After graduation, I started my first business. I was lucky. I had a world-class education, people who believed in me, and the chance to make mistakes and try again. Every Nevadan willing to work hard deserves that same chance. That's why I'm here today, to bring opportunity back within reach and to do whatever I can to repay this state that has given me so much. Over the past year, I've gotten to know just about every corner of Nevada, and my time on the road has deepened my love for our state, even though if I did sweat through half a dozen suits along the way. I've talked with miners, business owners, caretakers, bartenders, and everyone in between. In each of their stories, I saw a different way to be Nevada proud. And I was reminded of something Abraham Lincoln once said. To paraphrase, I like to see a person proud of the place he lives. I like to see a person live so that his place will be proud of him. A lot of Nevadans are living like that. There's a woman I met at Costco. She was hauling around a shopping cart full of breakfast bars. She told me they were for her students. In case any of them came to school hungry, they'd have something to eat. That's what Nevadans do. We show up for one another. We pitch in wherever and whenever we're needed. But no teacher should have to spend their salary like that, and no kid should have to sit in class hungry. I take my job very seriously, to fight for kids, educators, for every Nevadan, not just rural or urban, not just Democrat or Republican, all of us. First things first, we've got to get our education system back on track, because we know that's the bedrock of a thriving economy and the pathway to a better life for our families. We have so much to offer out-of-state business, but we can't expect talented workers to stay here if we can't guarantee their kids a quality education. So we've got to do better by our students, and that means doing better by our educators. The future of Nevada is in their hands, and they should have the resources and the respect that they deserve. And we want to make sure that there are jobs waiting for everyone who wants one. This is deeply personal to me. When I was growing up, my dad worked for General Motors. My mom worked at the Piggly Wiggly grocery store in our town. Long ago, Mom, the Piggly Wiggly. One day he came home from work with a look of anguish on his face. Turned out he was working up the nerve to tell us he'd been laid off. He lost more than his paycheck that day. He lost some dignity. Our family lost too. Our livelihood, our sense of security, our faith in the system. I don't think my dad ever fully recovered. No one deserves to go through that. A few months ago, I was touring the UNLV Raiders Stadium site. A water truck pulled up next to me. A young man jumped down with a huge smile on his face, walked over to shake my hand, thanking me for supporting the project. It was the first job he had had in 18 months. My administration will continue that work, prioritizing jobs, not just any job either, good paying jobs, jobs that can support a family. But if we're serious about improving our economy, we must address one of our biggest financial burdens. We all know that's healthcare. It's one of the most personal issues every family deals with at one time or another. My mom is 92 years old. She lives with my sister Sue in Las Vegas. I call her every day after church, and I'm so grateful she has access to the health care that she needs. I love you, Mom. Love you, Sue. Not everyone is so fortunate. Last year I met a couple at a retirement home. They were both on high blood pressure medication, but couldn't afford 2 co-pays. So they split their pills in half every day, so each of them could get something. That was a loving gesture, but it's a tragedy, a travesty. No one should have to ration off their medicine or skip doctor visits, or be forced into bankruptcy because of an unexpected illness. But today, too many people are doing just that.